I watched Yano-kun no Futsuu no Hibi, also
Yes.
known as Yano-kun's Ordinary Days.
Yes, sir.
This is a Ajiya Do production.
Yeah, pretty prolific. Although they do help a lot out with like key animations, second animations in between, but they've done quite a bit of their own stuff before. So
Yeah, like the classic Shumatsu no Izeta, of course.
hey man, I watch Zeta as well. The rocket boobs,
Yep.
peak cinema.
Hey man, it looked cool.
Yeah, it
Sure
was
looked
pretty
cool.
good. And then the story was just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah, this is a romance rom-com series that I've
Yes.
decided to watch.
Yeah, I actually told
Purely,
Nier that this was a pretty rare pick when he
yeah.
announced it initially.
So
Yeah, dear,
I
why
don't
are you picking all
usually,
these love stories all of a sudden?
yeah, all this gay bullshit. So I don't usually watch shows like this. It's not usually in my wheelhouse.
hmm
Um, but I saw a clip on Twitter. Um, and even when we were covering it in the previews, I was kind of really enamored by like the art style and the character designs and kind of just how like crisp everything looks.
hmm
And yet I ended up seeing a clip on Twitter that was on my For You page that was like, huh, the show actually looks pretty cute as well. So I ended up checking it out and I was like, you know what? I'll cover it. Um, but yeah, as for the story, it's pretty vanilla, pretty standard. The main setup is the main character, Kyoko. Um, she's like the class president. And I think one of the new students comes in, and his name is Yano Tsuyoshi. Um, and everyone kind of laughs about the idea of a guy named Tsuyoshi. Uh, like, I guess is supposed to sound strong, like Tsuyoi, I
Right.
guess, whatever. But they laugh about him, like a guy with his last name kind of coming in covered in bruises and injuries. Um, and Kyoko gets kind of uh, worried about why he's so injured all the time, why he comes in every day with a new injury. So she ends up
hmm
following him after school one day, and she discovers that he's basically just really clumsy. He's just klutz, and he has really bad luck. So he's walking into fucking trees and banging his head on shit, and
Okay.
there are fucking signposts falling on his head.
Like this, so
Um,
this is part of a constant slapstick kind of comedy thing, right? That's going
Kind of,
on, or
yeah,
what?
yeah. It's not like
Okay.
super slapstick. It's kind of actually presented pretty.
Really?
Yeah. It's not like absurdist or anything. It's kind of just like.
Or it's like I would think it's like with Komi-san or like, oh, here's awkward monotone girl just saying this or whatever it is, those sorts of like Yonkomon kind of style
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
adaptations. It's not like those you're saying.
No, no, no. It's kind of
Okay,
just
that's interesting.
like he'll bump into something or he'll trip on something, um, and Kyoko will be like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he'll be like, "Haha, yeah, that just happened." Um, and it's kind of just like the I guess the dichotomy of like somebody constantly like accidentally stabbing themselves with a pencil, or having like a sign like fucking fall on their head, or get like a hit in the head with a soccer ball from out of nowhere. Um, and kind of just be like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And then he just be like, "Yeah, that just happens." Um,
Right, right.
that's kind of the humor. Um, and on top of that, there's obviously the sort of general kind of uh, the romancy humor where Kyoko, it's established like pretty much almost immediately that she has a pretty big crush on Yano. Um, and she's kind of uh, like how do I be friends with a guy, um, who seems kind of he's a pretty closed off guy, right?
hmm
And it's revealed later on that it's like, yeah, he's pretty closed off because he doesn't really want to be super close to anyone because he's kind of worried that like his bad luck or his clumsiness will get somebody else hurt, kind of thing.
Mm.
And then it's kind of that the story kind of goes from there, and it kind of like them overcoming that, and then kind of establishing and sort of uh, trying to the sort of friend group trying to give Yano a like quote unquote ordinary high school life, right?
Uh-huh.
So they hang out, eat lunch together, do stuff like that, and then as it goes on, obviously they get more and more close to each other, and they do the standard "Does he like me? Does he not like me?" kind of stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty vanilla, but I think the main appeal is like it's really cute, right? It's
Uh-huh.
pretty simple,
So does
but
it kind of focus on those sorts of light vibes, or is it a little bit more like kind of like sad, brooding, not like necessarily like emo, but something like Ishikan Friends or something like that, where it's like it has its light moments, but it's like a lot of it's like, oh man, like I have this kind of problem, issue, blah blah, blah kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really light. It's
Okay.
very, very light. There's a couple of moments where Yano is kind of like, damn, um, my bad luck is kind of just like fucking up the vibes. Maybe I should leave, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And then the friend group is like, dude, no, like we want to be friends with you. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
It is
right,
very much kind of like it's very, you know, lightweight, happy-go-lucky, kind of fluffy, cute series like that.
right.
Um, but yeah, in terms of story, I mean, it's pretty simple. You kind of know what you're getting into. Um, so there's not too much to
Mhm.
talk about there. I will say the character interactions are really good. Um, obviously, uh, the voice acting helps a lot with that.
Mhm.
Kyoko, the main girl, is voiced by Yuka Nuki, who I think is not the biggest name. Um, but she does a really, really good job. She does like a pretty standard sort of like shy girl kind of thing with like the sort of breathy, um, you know, soft spoken voice. But she's also
Right.
she's also kind of like a very dorky character who gets flustered very easily. Um, there's a bit more comedic stuff in
Oh
that
yeah,
as well.
she's done a couple of other because if I remember correctly, I covered uh her one of her series that she did, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, where she played the main
Right.
protagonist, and she played the very like kind of like light, oh man, I'm a cute girl kind of going through life kind
Yeah.
of business, and
Yeah.
she probably does a similar voice here as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite good. And then Yano is voiced by Amasaki Kohei, and he's doing a very sort of um, like a lower, more subdued kind of like I don't want to say like monotone, but he's very like reserved in this role.
Hmm.
To the point where even when he's like getting injured or he's falling over, he's kind of just like, ow, ow, ouch. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good dynamic. And the rest of the cast is pretty good too. Although there's only 2 episodes right now, so it's mostly just like the main
Yeah.
four friend group. Um, and I think the other good standout is Kyoko's best friend, um, Mei, who's voiced by Atsumi Tanizaki. And
Hmm.
she
Okay.
she
That was
plays like a
classic.
sort of more um, not really Gyaru, but kind of like that sort of like voice archetype character where she's a bit more like um, you know, uh yeah, like a Gary-esque, but not really. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Right.
And she kind of plays the role of like the wingman, where it's like she very obviously can tell that Kyoko has a crush on Yano, and she's kind of like silently encouraging her to kind of go a little bit further each time.
Uh-huh.
It's a cute sort of dynamic. Um, but yeah, the character interaction's really nice. The general setups are pretty cute. Um, like
And
the
this
sort
is a
of
more like this would appeal to readers of a shoujo magazine or like female oriented magazine than a shonen magazine, right? Is
I
like
think so. I feel I do kind of get that vibe. Especially because like it's not it's not like super like will they won't they kind of thing. It feels a lot more like a like does he like me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of dynamic does tend to show up more in these shoujo kind of series and less so in more of these male oriented kind of romance series. So there's
Mm-hmm.
that. There's also I think the character designs are they're pretty shoujo, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
Yano having the eye patch and the bandages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
Girls really
pretty,
like that sort of design, actually.
yeah, it's
People don't
pretty
know.
shoujo thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do think I'm not sure if this is like necessarily classified as a shoujo, in like the magazine it's published in, the manga.
Mm-hmm.
But it does kind of have those vibes for sure.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, it's pretty cute. Um, but yeah, moving on to the audio visuals, I think, which is kind of like the main thing that drew me in here. Again, this is done by Ajia Do, who aren't like they're not like super well known for their visuals, I'd say.
yeah.
But
But
I
they
feel
do
like
pop off like when they need to do, for instance, stuff like kakushigoto, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they pulled it in.
I do feel like they're kind of flexing a little bit here. In a sense that like it's not like super like fluid, crazy animation or anything,
Mhm.
but like it's very consistent. It's very
Oh,
crisp.
I see. I see.
And there's a lot of um there are a lot of those kind of like shoujo-esque close-ups, you know what I mean? Where it kind of like zooms really close in on the face and it like when they do that, like the amount of detail in some of these shots is like crazy. And like the character acting is
I
really
see.
good. There's a lot of really good shots in the first episode, especially where Kyoko is kind of like stressing out about like man, am I really like I have a crush on this guy. Like what do I do, right? And she's kind of stressing
Mhm.
out, and her hair is all frayed out and frizzy, and it's like it just looks really good.
Yeah.
And then the character designs themselves are also pretty unique. I think they've got this. Um, I'm not really sure how to describe it, but they got smaller eyes than is you see normally in I guess a modern anime series these days, which is interesting. They've got a bit longer faces, and then I think the real thing that I like a lot with these character designs is they've got the mouth that reminds me a lot of something like Sangatsu no Lion, where
Mm,
when characters kind of have a more like a smile or a more um, kind of like a neutral expression, like the corners of the mouth, right, like the outside bits of the mouth,
right.
kind of um, they're a bit wider, right, as opposed to the middle, and it kind of
Yes.
creates like a depth to the smile, and
Yeah.
it's just a really appealing kind of design.
When they do like
Um,
gentle smiles and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, for sure, and it's just really nice, and the line art that's used in a lot of these frames is really just it's got that almost like a graphite pencil esque texture to it. Um,
Right.
yeah, it's just really crisp. It's really nice. The colors are all really good. Um, and yeah, it's just consistent. It's like the key word I think.
Mm.
It's just very nice to look at.
Yeah.
As for the music, it's pretty much what you'd expect from a rom com. You know, a lot of lighter notes, a lot of xylophones,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Does its job. It's pretty nice. The OP is pretty cute. It's Pop Life by Fantastics. It's pretty standard, sort of, bubbly OP. It's got some cute visuals in it. The ED is Better Off by Ice Cream. It's a bit more energetic than I would have expected from an ED, but it's cute. It's got like a sort of, a more cartoony sort of art style that you would expect in an ED.
Hmm.
But the kind of storyboard is like Yano and Kyoko going like across like a board game almost kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I see.
And it's a cute visual for sure. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, audio visuals are really, really solid. I like them a lot. I think they're definitely one of the biggest draws for this. It's just like, a rom-com that doesn't look, like budget. Like it looks really, really nice. It sounds nice. Obviously, the character, voice acting done very, very well. And yeah, it's just overall, I think it's just a really succinct, solid package. You know what I mean? Like it's simple. It does what it needs to very, very well. And yeah, there's really not much to complain about with this. I like it. I think it's cute. Not usually something I watch, but
Yeah.
I think this does a good job for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much again. Yeah, as you said, this was a pretty rare pick from you, but I'm glad that you got into it and also managed to like it quite a decent amount because, getting into it was one thing and then you're just like, oh, this kind of loop because it's like as you said at the beginning, right? There was, or as you implied with the story structure at the beginning, there was this sort of danger of them being like, oh, Yano-kun's, oh, he bumped into the desk again, and then it becomes that sort of, the slapstick comedy route again and again that Yonkoma adaptations often use, and then that could just be like, wow, okay, all right, I saw one episode of this, now I'm just gonna go to sleep. I kind of miss this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it avoided that.
I think it helps that I think the source manga isn't like, it's not really focused on the comedy really, and it's more on kind of like these sweet moments between Kyoko and Yano. So it is a bit more romance focused, and like the comedy is a bit of like a backdrop, of him kind of, because the initial setup for them like being friends, like that bridge kind of being built, is she offers to like patch up his injuries, right?
Right.
Because she's like, well versed in first aid or whatever. And so some of the as a result, some of the sort of setups for them kind of spending time together is him getting injured. And so it ends up being like the comedy is kind of a vehicle for like leading to the romance, right? Which I think is good, right? It's like it's not like it's just, oh, funny things are happening and also they kind of like each other. It is kind of like them kind of meshing the two elements together cohesively into like a solid package, and I like it quite a bit. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Nier. Again, this was Yano-kun's Ordinary Days, or also known as Yano-kun no Futsuu no Hibi, by manga original adapted into an anime by Ajiado. So if you want that sort of like very light, back and forth, not the usual, yonkoma, oh, I have this one shtick, I'm just going to use it over and over again kind of thing, but a little bit more tuned for shoujo magazine readers, please do check it out.